About like 30 more seconds before we get back into character because OBS decided to take a giant dump. This way, all parts of this stream can be together. We're back. We're back, everyone. Sorry for that blip. OBS decided it didn't want to stream anymore for about a minute. So, we'll get back to Maria here shortly, speaking with Anita. Anita Johnson, who has a crying toddler in her arms. It's kind of loud still because Anita's at the door. The baby can really be heard probably across the street at this point. So we're just waiting for Derek to get back because he went to go get some food out of the oven that he had left in it.
And we'd rather not see his oven catch fire.
Or the whole house, for that matter.
Absolutely not.
Don't worry, I'm back.
Okay.
Welcome back.
We are.
I didn't even drop the accent too badly.
Sweet.
All right.
But yeah, Anita was just apologizing for the rest of the stream to catch up, apologizing for the baby being so loud, and then Maria was saying something in response.
Oh, don't worry. As soon as I end up hearing a baby crying, I feel like I'm just rush over like a mother hen. All the instinct, I guess you can say. You're Anita, if I recall. That would end up making you Angie's sister?
Yeah, Angie's my sister. You know Angie?
Oh my god, what a small world! Oh yeah. We're familiar with each other, but like I said, I'm kind of big on the whole neighborhood thing, so you might have ended up hearing me from Tim and Lisa. Maria Higgs?
Okay. Maria. Okay.
Yeah.
I think your name's come up once or twice. I'm sorry. It's late, and I need to get this baby back to bed.
I'm sorry.
She's just fussy.
Might be asking a bit much, but your husband, Deacon?
Yes.
Yeah. Perhaps at another point in time, would it be possible for me to end up talking to him tomorrow? There's a few things I'd like to end up discussing, especially with some concerns about the neighborhood recently.
Yeah, it's just a late night. I'm sorry.
No, do not be sorry in the slightest, Nita. Unfortunately, I'm just a night owl who works a really late afternoon shift and then goes right on to an evening shift. So I got to keep my time short as well. So you have a fantastic night. You take care of... What's your name, beautiful? She kind of gestures to the baby.
The baby's crying, and Anita just says, her name is Joy. Spitting ball of it right now, isn't she?
Ain't that always the way? Joy. What a beautiful name. All right, then, Anita. You just end up telling Deacon, should I end up saying Officer Johnson? I don't know on how this is appropriate. I mean, with neighbors, I like to be friendly, but is it more appropriate to end up using the title? These things always confuse me.
I'll let him decide on that one.
Well, appreciate it. You need anything, you end up giving me a call. I'm usually sleeping or working throughout the day, but at late evening, I'm usually around. So if you need anything late at night, you just give me a holler, all right?
And which one's yours? She kind of looks down the street.
She gestures to her heaven. She has no qualms about it.
Okay. All right. I'll keep that in mind, thanks.
Not a problem. Okay. You have a good night. And Joy, don't you end up keeping your mother up too late. All right?
Baby's just kind of fussing now. Not really crying loud, but just kind of fussing. And Anita's kind of baby bouncing her a little bit. Well, you have a good night, Maria.
Pleasure to meet you, Anita. I hope that we have a chance to him going. I'm actually looking at hosting a bit of a cookout. Maybe you can end up bringing Deacon Joy over there, and we can end up making it a more relaxing evening. At the very least, end up having yourself a chance to end up getting out of the house with the baby for once.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. And she bids you a good night and goes back in the house.
And that's when I turn and start walking around. I make it a point to duck out of line of sight. Making my way through the back alleys, and there's one last house to visit. But before I do that, I gotta change for the occasion. I am going to rouse again. 3 hunger.
You're pretty damn hungry. The baby looked delicious. Anita looked delicious. I wonder what Deacon looks like. Does he look delicious? Maybe he is.
Maybe we're about to find something better.
A tasty morsel.
I got 3 successes. My maximum protein dot is 2, so I am going to shift 2 of my stamina, putting me down to stamina 1. And I'm going to put 2 more stamina in dexterity, making me effectively dexterity here 4.
Okay.
When I'm out of sight, start to grab hold of my own wrists, snapping them out of place. I have to bite in my own tongue not to lash out. Skin stretches, bone is coaxed longer. My fingers are hooked in, long and lithe. More like hooks than fingertips, though they have enough movement to do the job. I'll make sure that my fangs are out and hinged. More like a viper's at that point. What's left of my face by the end is more like a plate. It's long and twisted. My clothes have been set aside. My legs are twisted into almost like another set of paws or claws meant for climbing. I've even stripped some of the skin in order to make sure that the raw muscle is darker than pale skin and hair. A lot easier to hide like this. A lot more sharp. I feel my mouth. I could bite and fit an entire bowling ball in it if I wanted to. And everything is just... Oh, God. This is the thing I didn't want them to see, but I am climbing up onto that house. Staring through the windows. Staying in the shady parts. Finding ways, and I have these sunken, glowing eyes while I'm in the dark. My eyes are that of beasts. And I am looking to see what I can find.
Just throughout the rest of the neighborhood, as far as hunting goes.
Specifically that house where supposedly one was caught near dealing. I want to find out if it is in fact a dealer's den, or maybe I can find out something about it. Who lives there, what they look like, what they're up to. Maybe I can find out, if I find out they're doing something illicit or something that just doesn't quite make me feel right about what they're doing to my little place. Uh, I'm not about to let them do that to my neighbors.
You look into the house, and the house is dark. It's one floor. It's kind of ramshackle. Some of the other houses down the block are actually kind of nice, given that they have iron bars on most of them. But this one's just decrepit, imperfect. It's an eyesore. It's no wonder that there was a cook shop going on here. You can see the police tape around the place. Maybe they got busted today. Maybe yesterday. You're not positive. Not just yet. But looking inside with those glowing red eyes that allow you to pierce through darkness, it's a little tore up inside. There was a struggle. Most anything of value as far as evidence goes has been taken out of this place, but you can smell it. You can smell that whiff of methamphetamine cooking. It's still in the air. Maybe they'd been using this place for a long time to cook.
Yeah. I'm gonna start my own investigation. Try and end up tying in whatever I can.
Okay. I would like you to roll me a dexterity stealth. Just to have a baseline of how nimble you're being right now.
Two's respectable. And since I'm in the dark, it might be a little bit harder for anything without it. Without flashlights or anything to see me.
Yep, you're keeping low to the ground, you're keeping as quiet as possible as you move around the windows. And so, are you intending to get into this place, or are you just looking through the windows?
Technically, nobody owns this place, if I understand that at this point. House has been seized.
Yep.
Then I can go right on in.
It is locked up, however, so that would be a dexterity larceny. Yeah, not a problem. You see a window that wasn't quite locked properly, and so with a little bit of wiggling, that lock comes undone. The window slides, a little sticky, but otherwise you slip in, you close the window behind you, and you start to slink across the floor looking for what it is you're looking for. So what are you looking for, Miss Higgs?
I'm trying to find any evidence of who's responsible, where they might have got drugs, who they might be dealing to, who else in the neighborhood might be implicated. I'm trying to end up making sure that everything has been picked clean. Officers missed anything.
Okay.
At least the neighborhood watch can handle it, even if it is just me right now.
Then I would like you to make me a wits or resolve and investigation, depending how long you want to take on this. And was that wits or resolve
Definitely,
for you?
that's resolve.
Okay. So you're spending a couple hours combing this place.
No one else is coming in the dead of night.
Nope. You know that you have time on your side. It's only going to be midnight. So, you make an extra concerted effort to be incredibly quiet and incredibly small on the as far as moving around in this place. You don't want anybody catching you snooping. So everything takes a double check. Everything is looked over twice. You check your blind spots more than once. You check all of the evidence that you maybe find more than once. The only thing that you really find that the police really couldn't take with them was some stains on the floor, indicating that yes, this place was a cookhouse. Some stains on the ceiling, indicating a not so well ventilated place. It may have been a small setup, a setup in a closet. But from the smell, it's potent.
Yeah.
They were cooking good shit in here. So while it might have not have been a high production rate, it was definitely money makers.
Well, at the very least, lets me know something about it. I'm coming out of the house, keeping an eye out. This has been within walking distance, still part of the neighborhood. This is just the extended portion. Do I understand that correctly?
Right. It's only a couple of houses down from everywhere you've been so far.
Then I think it's about time for me to slither my way on back to the Haven. You know, stay in shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in darker places. This is my backyard. I know exactly where to go.
Exactly. And so you make your way back to your own personal spot. The cute little house nestled in with a back alley driveway, a backyard and everything. It's small, but it's yours.
Yeah. I grab my mail. Make it a point to keep myself cloaked fairly well.
Mm-hmm.
So long as I end up keeping a hoodie up and what have you, I shouldn't be too conspicuous. Keep hands inside.
Because right now you look kind of like a gangly thing.
Yeah. That's fine by me. At least I can't be identified this way. Any calls, anything I missed, anything that's gonna need my attention next few nights, or does everything just seem to be business as usual?
Everything seems to be business as usual, as far as you can tell.
Fantastic.
Nothing out of the ordinary
There.
in the mail.
Then it's time to make my way back to the coterie gathering spot.
Alright, so everyone's headed back to the Coterie Haven. Faust, you're probably the first to arrive in the Coterie house. But you're followed not very far by Noel and Ahura coming back. Is there anything you'd like to do before they get there, or are you waiting for them?
Yes, actually. I know and understand it's somewhat late into the evening, but I don't see any problem with putting on a little music. Go ahead and on the phone. The disposable phone of mine. I put on some Life 80s pop. And just sit on the table. I'm bored, but I'm also considering my own actions tonight. I'm still not quite used to this whole dominate thing. I didn't have a lot of opportunities in Dallas, to be honest. You know, except from that one time when I played Sugar Baby. Or that other time when I was playing as CEO's special secretary. Not special in the Sugar Baby way. Heavens no. Just a secretary. Truth is, I'm not any less awkward than I have been. I thought I could play it off somewhat decently. Nope. I am still only 28 years old and hardly understand how to be an adult. It's fine. It's fine. I just sort of grimace.
I'm
myself.
hungry. You hear in the back of your mind.
Yes.
When are we going
We'll
for
do it.
dinner?
I'll deal with that later. If I can figure out the situation with Coast and Nada.
Can you eat her? Just want to drink the whole thing down. Or one of the others. The others sound good too.
Preferably not. I don't exactly enjoy the subservience in that. Any of the dependency. No.
But it's delicious.
I won't be dependent on them.
Eugene did it for a while. Don't you miss it?
No.
Liar.
I miss him. Shut up. I take a deep breath, knowing full well I don't need it. But it helps clear the head. To remind myself that there even are parts inside me. And I breathe out. A single candle sits in the middle of the table. It's one of those store-bought ones. A sandalwood. In a little black jar. I pick it up and I sniff it.
It's not lit. You know that if you lit it, it would probably cause you to go berserk and give your beast a run.
I get the feeling Maria bought it, but a little bit late for that. I'm sure, if anything, if we just got a little heating pad, then the scent would be able to aroma the house. I like that she thinks of these things. It doesn't have pertinence. There's a lot of things that bring a sense to this. Either that or here's a gift. We don't have need for these things. But still. makes it feel alive.
And that's probably when about Noel and Ray come back to the house, driving up. You hear their vehicle, Faust. Oh no, they were walking. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as the
Yeah.
door opens, I go from laying sprawl across the table to sitting straight up. I straighten my coat, my suit coat, and play it off as if nothing happened. Ah, good evening. How was your midnight stroll?
What have you been up to, Faust? You look like a guilty kid.
Really nothing. If anything, I'm just bored.
You're bored. Ray points to the candle and she's like, you know, you're better off using an electronic oil burner than a candle.
Oh no, I was thinking the same thing. I just thought it was cute.
Cute until you burn the entire place down.
I think one forgets that we all have a certain love-to-hate relationship with fire.
Yeah, don't remind me.
It's not like I got it. It's just here. Not sure I moved it in, though.
So, looks like there are homeless in the area.
Very astute.
Also looks like our blood supply might be tainted.
With weed?
No.
Heroin and
with-
meth.
Ah.
And I don't consider myself any kind of tweaker, do you, Ahura?
Really not.
Well then. I suppose cleaning house is in order then.
Yeah. Notice the banging's not happening anymore. Maria, go out.
It appears so. To my understanding, she was, preparing to go meet the neighbors. At least,
Oh.
that's what I believe she was doing.
Well,
There might
she
sound
meets
like a scraping at the back door.
Do we have a cat?
Ray makes her way out to the back door. Opens it up.
That's much appreciated. Thank you so much, Ray. This thing slithers from the rooftop. Crashes down. I guess more flops down in front of you. It's twisted. Its arms are absurdly long and thin. Its face looks like a full plate of bone, and its jaw looks like it could swallow a head in a single bite. Its fangs almost seem to wiggle independently, more like mandibles, really, but akin to viper's fangs hooked deep into its mouth.
There's this morbid curiosity that seems to pass openly across her features. Is that you, Maria?
Well, ain't you just sharp as a tack?
What the fuck happened to you?
Went to go meet the neighbors. Now, can I come in before somebody thinks you're talking crazy?
Yeah.
Slithering in.
Yeah.
And see that most of her skin almost is gone, leaving dark meat. Makes it very hard to see her in the dark.
Oh.
There's something unnatural about the agility that she uses, squirming to more of a slithering motion to get from one end to the other.
It's so fucking weird, but holy fuck, that's cool.
Makes her way into the living room. Hello, boys.
I am going to assume that that's you, Maria.
Well, I ain't a haunt, if that's what you're asking. Ugh.
You know, I'd heard rumors about it, but I'd never seen it up close until now.
She looks to Faust. When I said I had the devil in me, admit it, you thought I was lying.
Faust is leaning forward in the chair he's seated in. He has his hands placed in front of him in a clasp, a stern look on his face, and his elbows on his knees. Well, I didn't think you were lying, but I understand it in another context now. Frankly, you're a lot less cute like this.
Unfortunately, it's taxing.
Oh, I think so. I can see your actual bones and flesh. What am I?
And it's with that she starts to move her hands. You can hear her breaking her own bones, and you can see her arms crush themselves like an accordion, pulling small bits of skin along her wrist, almost like she's pulling it back to cover her arm like a Ziploc bag. She forces the bone to crack and shift and mold like putty. Eventually, when she's done, she's pulling at her own scalp, leaving locks of hair that were always there. What's left is sweet dear Maria. Oh, God, that hurts. Oh! Ah!
As all of this is happening, Ray actually leans in a little bit to watch this fascinated grin spreading across her face. It's almost childlike in this really fucked up way. That is cool.
Yeah, well, wait until I start doing some really fucked up shit. Pardon my language. She kind of does a quick cross, like, forgive me, Jesus.
Pardon mine, but you're like a little box of cyanide chocolates.
I suppose that's supposed to be cute, but I'll take it anyway. Thank you very much, Faust. So,
No! Oops, sorry.
no, go ahead.
Noel kind of half side glances at Faust with this look that he doesn't say anything, but this is look that screams of, what the fuck was that?
Faust turns back to Noel, and it just this fox-ish grin on their face. Fox-ish grin on their face. They, with a little bit of a wink and sneer, they're like, talk about tar burning and sodomy.
Noel just turns back to Maria now. I'm sorry, please continue.
Yeah. Those renovations hurt like hell. No, okay. So, address, she gives an address. It's a home sting operation, methamphetamine, just taken off the table. Cop just moved into the neighborhood. Goes by Deacon Johnson. Wife's name's Anita. They have a kid named Joy. I believe the Ramirez family, or at least that was the original owners, what got busted in the sting. Must have been a night or two ago. Caution tape's still on the door. Plus side, if anybody wants to buy a property for cheap, you can buy a previously used meth lab.
Primary.
Shit.
Well, this is fantastic knowledge. I know how
We're busy.
Quite. Look at us. We all came together for one goal. Yay, teamwork. Miss Higgs.
Can I sit down, please?
Please.
She pulls out the chair and just kind of slumps in it, placing her elbows on the table. Kind of just cradles her own head, like as if it's threatened to split in two.
What may I do to support you for this? I'm acknowledging that this is taxing for you. And you mentioned before that your abilities would be more available to you.
Yeah.
Provided there was blood, as is the case with all of us, but...
Yeah, but what I understand it is most it's a one-time use. I gotta make the trip forward and make the trip back. If I want to keep like this, otherwise I just gotta stay hidden. I mean, I can make it really good for hunting. I can make it really good for sneaking. I could make myself tough as fucking nails. I can do a whole bunch of really screwed up things. You know what it's like to force your own fingers to be bashed in to end up becoming lockpicks?
No, and I have no intention of finding out. However...
I do. So, right now, I am trying to end up helping you out as much as possible. You said you needed to figure out the neighborhood. I'm gonna guess you guys figured something out. You said the blood supply's going. I'm telling you that the local dealership got hit hard. So manufacturing's down now. It's just a matter of locating supply and anybody they might be attached to. Police might have all the records, which might end up leading us towards, if anybody has a way to contact and get information from police, that would be fantastic. If not, guess I'm gonna have to smooze with the Johnsons at this point.
I could probably have a chat with Castaneda.
The fuck? Forgive me, Jesus. Pardon?
I said I could probably have a chat with Castaneda. She knows me.
Certainly. I'm already working that angle myself.
Really?
I mentioned that I was having an appointment with her.
You did? How'd that go?
About as excellent as I could hope. It's handled.
Huh. I hope so.
Already start spreading rumor that we'll be having a shindig for a little while. So that means propane, that means barbecue, that means beer, that means expecting a lot of people located in one location that we're very happy to disclose. Now I have no problem offering
Sorry, go on.
I have no problem in offering my personal haven, as many of your, she hesitates to use the word, kind, already have a good idea on where I live. So I don't mind throwing it there. Be my guests, such as it is. But you're gonna need to end up figuring out exactly what we're pulling together. I've got a neighborhood watch already started, but I need to end up finding people. We need money, we need supplies, we need ways to communicate, and we need insiders. Ways to end up making sure that people feel that it's a necessity. You understand me?
Yep.
You got real quiet there, Noel.
Simply considering.
Can you do it without using $3 words?
I don't think you can.
Well, my thought is that this house that you found, well, former meth lab, had to belong to someone, yeah?
That's
Ramirez family.
Ramirez.
That's what you said, wasn't it, Maria?
Yeah. Something
Then,
like that.
that should be our next stop. Do some investigating into this family. See, why they've decided to get their hands dirty with cooking meth.
I can make a guess. That's not the biggest question. Biggest question would be who they're selling it to. I mean, you don't cook an entire crock pot worth of junk and expect to end up selling it one slice at a time. You need to move it in bulk.
That's right.
Well, it means you got distribution.
That was a van that we saw last night, wasn't it, Faust?
It was indeed. Now, whether they remember our faces or not is a completely different question.
I could fix that.
Oh, I definitely tried.
No. I mean, you get me to whoever the hell was driving that van, and I can end up... Let's just say that I know some unhealthy habits.
Well,
Yes.
if we want to ponder who they're selling it to, I can say that there is at the very least one band of organized crime operatives here in the city, possibly more. Could be getting sold to any number of them.
That's fantastic, but I don't give a shit where it is in any other part of the town. It's this neck of the woods that I'm concerned about. And I think we're all in agreement that right now this is a no-fly zone.
I agree. So
Good.
we need names of local dealers, right?
That's outside my purview. I get the impression, though, Ray, that might not be above your pay grade.
That's right. I've got intentions of talking to the local homeless. Normally they end up dealing with the drug dealers in the area. They've got eyes and ears everywhere.
Yeah, get them hooked, make them desperate, and then they end up getting stealing and all kinds of trouble. Yeah,
That's right. Also, if we're getting good with the local homeless, that's an extra level of security for us.
Fine.
I'll get a list and a contact.
One thing.
I was also... Yeah.
You find this son of a bitch, you find out who's at the top of the food chain as far as our little neck of the woods is concerned, and you bring him to me.
Oh.
Let's not be naive, all right? We know that we're never going to be able to stop it, but if we can at least... then we
I
can
like
at
the
least
way you
end up
think.
focusing it on someplace else. Meanwhile, it's still claimed territory. No power vacuums, no smaller guns firing, trying to end up claiming claim to something because it's no longer somebody else's. Don't rock the boat.
I like the way you think. I was also visiting some of the local bars and pubs, getting to know some of the guys that hang around in there. Sometimes you come across bikie gangs and whatnot hanging around in those places. Also, a good place to come into contact with dealers, especially the more seedy ones in the area.
Whatever you need. Faust, you end up asking what I need. Right? You can find some way to end up getting this little shindig we're throwing together. If you can find some way to make sure that all the bits are settled. I don't know. Find somebody who can end up cooking brisket, because I can't be near a fucking barbecue anymore.
Very well. I mean, provided. Was it Vargas? Was that his name?
I'm just trying to end up figuring out on how to end up doing this right. Yeah, I know you all got assigned here, but I've been living here for a year. I don't want to end up seeing... I don't want to see this shit go down here.
Then your knowledge and connections are going to be key, Maria. Because in the end, that's what's most useful. You getting good with these people, they become your people.
They're already people, no.
Even better. Means we can skip a couple steps.
It's gonna take some time to build some relations, but I'll end up doing what I can. Biggest thing is that I'd like to be able to... Never mind. I'm tired. I'm I'm gonna rest up in my bed for a moment. You talk amongst yourselves, and she just kind of gets up, covers her face, and starts hobbling back to her room.
Maria, let me give you a hand.
I got it, Ray. I appreciate it, but I got this. I got it.
Alright. If you need anything, give us a yell.
Yeah.
And with that, Maria closes the door behind her into her room.
Bit of fire in that one. Hellfire.
You could say something like that.
I
Hey.
don't know, I like her.
Well, Ray, don't worry about Castaneda. I've got that covered.
Alright.
I'll get a list for you, and feel free to take it from there as far as that's concerned. If you need coverage on the go.
What's the time at the moment?
About 2.
Don't have a lot of night left.
No, afraid not.
Might pop down and talk to some of the homeless in the area. The less of us, the better, and I fit in better than either of you two.
By all means.
Make the most of it.
If she needs anything, you guys make sure you help her.
If you didn't hear, Faust does a little swirly with their finger. That's what I said I'd do.
I mean, in the next couple of hours. She didn't look so hot.
Prime time is in the next couple of years, too.
No, I imagine that transformation of hers is probably... She said it was taxing, but I imagine it's quite a bit more taxing than she gives it credit for. Or at the very least, she gave it credit for in front of us. And, of course, that's to say nothing as to how she's feeling mentally about it.
Yeah. Well, we're burning moonlight, so I'm out.
Yeah.
Be safe.
She just walks out.
After she's gone, Noel just sits there for a moment in silence before. She seems to be the kind of person who'd love a fight. Safe is a subjective term for her. And
Oh,
people like her.
I'm hoping she understands the total inclination there. Be safe to others. Probably not. I don't want to.
Definitely not. Now, I imagined there may be... So just as a very quick check, Maria did break into that house, didn't she? To have a look
Yeah.
around.
She didn't tell you guys whether or not she did, but
She
No,
didn't
but
tell you
that's
what-
just as an out of character question.
Not a
Just to make sure
character
that we're all on the same page.
question. You wouldn't, if you can find how she broke in, I salute you.
Yeah, no, not looking to find out how. Just making sure that we're all on the same page of the fact that she did. Noel kind of thinks for a moment. kind of pondering what to do next, because they want to handle this at ground level, but there's so much more above this. We need to do some looking into the Ramirez family, figure out why they were selling meth and who they were selling it to, because that's probably, it wouldn't be getting shipped through the local area. It would get disseminated in another part of the city, and if that's the case, it means that they might be either unwillingly or unwittingly in league with one of the bands of organized crime that finds itself home in San Antonio, of which there are many of them. More than one, I would think. At least one. But probably more.
Now the question is, how we go about it. We have to maintain some degree of composure here. Otherwise, we're going to be making enemies with this group. And potentially all groups, sooner than later. I'd rather, well, as Maria said, find leverage.
Well, the way that you start with these kinds of things is you start at the bottom and work your way up. She says that she could hazard a guess as to why the Ramirez family was cooking meth. Did we start there and work our way up?
Well, I'm not busy until Faust checks the phone, or checks their watch really fast. Give or take about 2 more hours. Yeah, at that point, I'll be able to get those documents for you.
I think they'll be required. Meanwhile, I need to go and find myself a spider.
Faust cocks an eyebrow. A spider.
Yes, a live one.
Well, look in any corner of the room.
Just in case I need to pull out some stops.
I see. I guess you see. With about 12 eyes.
No, nothing like that. But, tell me, Faust, have you ever seen Spider-Man?
Yeah.
You ever seen Spider-Man climbing walls?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I was speaking to an actual Marvel hero. Excuse me, Peter Parker. Oh my god, I've never met a celebrity before. Please. What are you...
If only it were so glamorous. You know, it's interesting. This was not what I expected when it came to starting in a small piece of domain. And given the prevalence of all of these of all of the things that we've found tonight in the domain, a question that I would suggest that you start asking, Faust, is how much does Marjani know about this? At the very least, it'll give you an idea of what her oversight on her own domain is like, considering this is within her domain.
That's a good question. Let's see. Main point and feature of her domain was the bar. At the bar, there are alcoholics and apparently a little betting game, to my understanding, of the bull riding.
Yes. Small gambling ring on that.
Ministry enjoy dangling fruits of, desires, base needs, instincts, etc. Temptation. And I'm realizing that can mean a multitude of reasonings, multitude of means. In one direction, for instance, is enticing one into alcoholism. The other, is apparently goading a perceived threat to try and frenzy upon you.
Risk, gambling, desire, escapism. They will use all of these fruits and more to dangle in front of your face in order to get you to transgress your very self and everything that you stand for. Which is why I'm concerned that, and whilst I don't have any proof of this, you can see where I'm going, where I think that we may have been given a tainted pot on purpose. Not to try and solve the problem. No, but what happens when you're tweaked out of your mind all the time?
We've been
you
given...
Look at us.
Pardon. Go ahead.
You look at us four. We're the suspicious ones. The suspect ones. The ones that they wouldn't trust as far as they could throw us.
I see your point.
What's a way to get somebody out of the way than to dope them up on so many drugs that they no longer become a problem?
Dependency. Well, ironically enough, whatever usage Marjani had for this, as it stands, my intention is to assist Maria with her needs.
That's a good place to start. She's the linchpin in this operation. Her grassroots connections to everybody, in the surrounding area are going to be exceptionally useful.
Her golden ticket.
Yeah, you could put it like that. Although I would suggest not objectifying her in quite that harsh a manner. The poor girl's been through, is going through, quite a large amount. An amount of things that is it really fixable? Minus drastic measures.
To be fair, I don't think she's as innocent as you try to play her off to be.
Oh no, no innocence. Not in the slightest. That has been long since stripped away. No. I say that she's going through a lot. Not that she's innocent. From the day that we became as we are right now, we were stripped of any semblance of innocence. Because that was the thing key to everyone's survival. The loss of innocence. The loss of ignorance.
And I repeat my case. Tatar burning. Faust lifts the candle. Almost like toasting, as if they had a drink in hand. And Sodom.
And
Welcome to Rome.
Yes. Welcome to Rome. Also, with the way that you were toasting that, I hope you weren't planning on lighting it and then drinking wax. Before you say anything, I've seen a lot worse.
Faust looks at the candle inquisitively and then back up Mr. Stoneford. And you can't help but notice this wry, creeping smile. Almost as if to say, oh no, I wasn't thinking about doing that for me.
How remarkably unpleasant of you. Shall I start calling you Nero now?
Oh. Now that would be a title.
Ah. That's just... Strikes me as distasteful. Anywho, I will leave you to it. I have some reading to get done, I think.
Ta-ta for now, Mr. Stoneford.
And you would see him head off into his room and the door would close.
Right. Nero. Because that's what you really want me to be. Faust sets the candle back on the table. I suppose we'll see how it becomes. And to what ends I'll be pushed. And if it is a Nero I must be, then it's a Nero I will become.
And I believe that is where we are going to end tonight's session of San Antonio by Night Aftermath.
Productive.
Quite
Very
productive. Ah, yes. You beautiful, beautiful people.
Oh God. I've made so many mistakes already. I'm gonna have to figure out how to reprimand everything.
This is
It's
gonna
okay.
be interesting.
You got this.
I can handle it.
Yeah, you got this.
You
got
got
this.
I'm fast. I can handle this.
You better.
I can handle this. I'm just gonna have to deal with it like a La Sombra instead of a Venture.
Oh.
No.
No. Okay. I'm gonna have to think about it.
I've got the poll open so that you guys can, the audience can go ahead and vote for your favorite of tonight. But first of all, we are going to talk about... Nobody has stains, so far as I know.
My only statement is Faust discovered the manners of the Anarchs in San Antonio. It's very different because back in Dallas, you had to at least kind of blend in because you always had the Camarilla pushing their thumb down on you. So it took a little adjustment period, but now Faust is like, okay, so I can just act like my normal millennial ass self then. As I stated, I'm only 28. I barely even know how to be an adult. Damn.
Damn. All right.
Also, we'll never know the candle.
All right. I don't think anybody has stains. But we'll see in the future. So, did anybody recover willpower?
I didn't spend any, didn't recover any, changing my desire.
Didn't
I
spend
think
any,
I've now-
but completed desire.
Nice.
I think I've now learnt something about each coterie member. So
Nice.
yes,
You
I've
have?
completed mine.
Nice. Faust.
I did not complete my desire just yet. Game ended before I could get there. So,
Yep.
if we want to do that minutia, that's a thing. If we want to do a one-on-one, I'm cool with that too.
Okay. And...
Or if we just want to save it until next session, I'm good with anything.
Yeah, probably save it for next session. And so, that brings us to experience. Everybody gets one for playing. Thank you all for joining us.
Yeah.
Thank you for hosting.
And much like Derek does with Detroit, we do experience very similarly in that there's the experience for plot mover, the experience for best scene, the experience for best line, as well as the audience vote, which has the poll already started, ! Vote, and the name of the character you wish to give a point to. So, who moved our plot?
Maria.
Maria.
God damn, that was unanimous.
Wow.
You found the house, you got into the house, you examined the house, you have the connections, you're the plot mover this session, there's no questioning that.
You're the one. Maria was the one that actually started moving things along. So we all did some really basic stuff, but Maria actually moved things along.
Like we have a proper target now.
Well, it was unanimous, so Maria, you get it.
It's not you, unanimous.
Isn't it?
Faust.
I did. Nothing but cause trouble for the future. That's what I did.
It's still plot.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, it's 3-1, but it's not unanimous.
Oh, okay.
I thought I had enemies.
I don't have enemies. I'm just
Yes.
trying to feed. And I know how to handle this. It's just gonna be messy, but it's gonna get done.
It's messy. It's already messy.
Okay.
It's all gonna
Okay.
But that's for next time. That's next time's Faust's problem.
That's future Faust's problem.
That's future Faust's problem.
Yep.
So who?
Let's not
Need to
start
make
blaming
sure.
past and future selves. We all know what happens when we start doing that.
Yep. I'm just gonna need to make sure that I have the stuff for my ritual and all of that next session.
Who had the best scene?
I'm gonna say Maria's transformation scene was pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
I tried to keep it Twitch safe.
I'm gonna
It,
have to Maria
it's
as well.
great. It
Just,
was just. Oops, sorry.
If I have to specify, it's Maria returning back to the house and everyone having the opportunity to react.
Oh yeah, you guys,
That
Yeah.
was also great.
each and every one of you should be disturbed by what she looked like. Because she
Oh,
was
no, don't-
gangly and snake-like.
No.
Don't get me wrong.
Horror.
Hooray probably wouldn't understand the closest the idea of transformation, because Alice would have told you about it, because that's a thing that Gangrel can do.
Mm.
But that kind of transformation is human, but not. You can turn
Ray
into
was
animals.
looking at it and going, that is so fucking cool. I want to learn how to do that. Like, that was what was going through her head. And you gotta remember, Ray isn't exactly a normal-minded person. She's got issues.
Yes, issues. That's what we'll blame it on.
Noel
Yes.
should probably be the most disturbed, given how much you
Well,
know
see,
about
you-
different things.
You'd think so, but not particularly. When you take into account that he's he's a sorcerer type.
Yeah. Sorcerer
Like-
type. In that,
Like, he's heard rumors of, like, people having to use, like, human sacrifices and things like that to perform rituals and things like that. As far as it goes, the site itself is grotesque, but the concept itself of it isn't so far out of the realm of impossibility that it strikes him as frightening. It's not really disturbed. It's just that's kind of gross. Is more the
Great,
response.
so
I should
I
be
gotta get a
able to see your
little bit
bones
more
flesh.
next time, is what you're telling me.
Wait, what?
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
Next time with more mouth sounds.
I like sounds. Do the sounds.
Spare me.
No, you're not gonna be spared. That's the price that we all pay for having a Zamisi at the coterie. We will not be spared.
Faust's honest reaction. How do I put it? I wanted to play it straight and simple as I would have handled it, and that is, I deflect all shock, fear, and anxiety with humor.
Ah, yes. That's exactly what Faust did.
Yeah. And that's what. Yeah. See, Noel kind of did the same thing. It was more rationale than.
It's like going minorly crazy for a moment and be like, ah, what the fuck?
It was lovely. I think that's a pretty close to solid on Maria's transformation, kind of getting to everybody.
Yeah. That.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Faust deflected with humor, Noel with rationalization, and the fact that he knows that the
Right.
that she's Zamisi and that Zamisi are capable of flesh shaping from the occult roles that have made about that. So it's like, this seems to be par for the course for what she can do, like what people of her ilk can do, but
It's weird.
And
That's
and
why he
here's
was
Ray
like-
with her morbid fascination and curiosity.
wasn't he? Yeah.
Well, Maria, you get that one.
Yep.
Yay!
Who had the best line?
Faust.
Faust.
Which one?
Okay, so Faust's thoughts at the beginning of the session immediately gave him best line from me straight away. But also, you're like a box of cyanide chocolates.
Yeah, that's right.
Fast
Noel just-
calling Noel Peter Parker? Like, oh
Yeah.
my god.
Well, when he's like, "Oh, you're like a box of cyanide chocolates," and Noel just looks to Faust like, "What the fuck was that?"
It was great.
Goddamn.
Tastes like almonds.
That's going to be Maria's mask name from this point on when I start taking points in mask. Almond.
Oh my god.
Perfect. It's like your I can just imagine that it's like your name is Almond? Yeah, my mother really loved gobbling nuts.
Sometimes even my dad's.
Oh, no.
But no, that the best line goes to Faust.
Yay. Thank you.
Same from Derek.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm not trying to steal the line this time.
The Peter Parker line killed me. I died.
That whole conversation.
Oh
That
my
whole freaking conversation.
I don't get a vote in this particular regard, but I will say that's
I'm
the
glad
line
that it
killed me.
went to my vote, my own internal vote. I'm glad it went that way.
I also just as something noteworthy, just this theme that Noel and Faust have between them of when in Rome, do as the Romans do, but not with little boys because that would be bad.
I love it.
They've
It's like-
talked to
It's just
that they talked about that last session.
It's just their entire relationship is do as the Romans do.
Okay, here's the thing. It was so shocking to Faust when Noel just blazingly busted out that whole entire line last session. They didn't even know how to react. They're just like, okay, you're weird. Started driving. And then since then, it's just like, it's a joke. Faust is turning
It's
it.
turned into a thing.
Yes. It's like, Noel's like, good, you're picking up what I put down. You're not a stick in the mud. Good.
No, you're all bringing. There you are, a millennial, full swing, and you are all privy to it now.
Well, it's a tie between Faust and Maria on the audience vote.
Ooh.
Yes.
So, for both of you, high or low? Or is
High.
someone conceding?
Hi, clan, hi.
You know what? Bird in a hand is worth two in the bush. I'm gonna hand it to Faust.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
Maria
you
concedes.
sure?
Faust, it's yours.
Oh, okay.
So, so yeah, it was two
That's
to
a minor
Faust,
boon.
2 to Maria.
I see what you're getting at.
Okay, so I think I need to explain something to some people because they don't fully understand. 9 times out of 10, the voting is completely on merit. But I'm most interested in that 1 out of 10 where there's no clear winner and you can already tell what the internal out-of-character politics are and seeing on how people politic being perfectly in theme with the game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, that's something about the voting system that I love about it because it's very thematic. It's like, okay, all right.
We play politics.
Ah, yes. Intercursory politics, both in and out of character. I love it.
You know, so long as it's understood in the spirit of the game, right?
Yeah.
So, all I was going to say is, remember this time, Spectre. Keep it in the back of your mind.
I'll keep it there.
But yeah, send it to Faust. I got enough for now.
I'll just keep out of Maria's way and let her do what she wants and help her protect her domain outside of it.
Yeah, it's now Maria's domain.
Don't go to the dragon's den. Just don't. What? But we're here to slay the. No, fuck off. Seriously, you don't know what you're getting into.
Nope. But
Don't
yeah,
get involved.
any
like the fucking
expenditures from my lovely, lovely players?
Yes, I finally have the experience to finally get the 1 dot I was hoping for since the beginning. I got 6 experience. I'm going to spend 5 to get my first dot in animalism.
Do it.
Ooh, yeah.
So then I have the full set.
Sense the beast or Bonfamilius?
We're going Bonfamilius.
Ooh. So you can
Ooh.
progressively get yourself an animal ghoul soon.
Yeah. I'm doing the doodlittling.
Yes. You're gonna
Okay.
You're
You're
going
gonna
a different route to what I'm doing.
do the pets.
Well, here's the thing. I want you to consider this because this is one of my favorite little side bits. Bonfamilius vicissitude.
Yeah. Yeah, just push that
Danger
forward
crows.
into flesh change, and your little familius, maybe it's a bird, is now turning into this, long-necked.
I kind of wanted to like split the rib cage in two, so it's part bird and part bear trap.
Yeah, you could do that.
Ooh, nasty.
You could also make it have a longer neck like a goose. You could just
I need a drawing of
make
this
a
now.
flying goose, a flying rib-caged goose.
You could make a goose hydra.
You could.
Oh my god, the goose hydra.
Yeah.
Damn.
The dire goose.
That'd be just terrifying. You hear this cacophonous honk, and you just look around and you just see this goose with like 5 heads on long snake-like necks, and all of them have fangs, and it's
A goose version of Tiamat.
Bold of you to assume goose aren't already dire.
They
yeah.
are dire.
Geese are
Have any of
assholes.
you actually been chased by a herd of geese?
I grew up in
I
the
have
It is terrifying.
flock of geese.
No, it is a fucking herd. You cannot convince me otherwise.
It is the flock. The word is flock. It's a flock of geese.
It's a fury of geese. That's
It's a fury of geese.
They're called a gaggle
It's a
for a
murder
reason.
of geese.
it's a murder.
Murder of geese.
As in that's
It's a
what
pain of geese. A pain of geese.
Pain of geese, yeah.
Ah, yes.
All
A
right.
vexation of geese.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
moving right
You
along.
want to what? I'm gonna end up being Deacon next round, but maybe I should have started with the Familius. I think we're gonna. I think I might remind. I'm just gonna make a note here. I'm gonna.
Personal reminder. That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, desire. Find a familiar.
Yeah.
Because yeah, my brain.
Ah, yes. The brain. The Derek brain. The Derek brain that goes.
There we go.
And the squeaking of the Warhammer Taro wheel.
Well, look, I'm trying not to turn into that. Instead of like being all offense, it's like, no, I'm about to turn this small neck of the woods into a fucking police state.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually.
That's what Maria's gonna do.
That's right.
Left to
that
her own
feels
devices, that's
really-
what she's gonna do.
as you wish.
That actually feels very on point, very thematic. But I just can't wait until someone I get to go ahead and go ahead and use some blood sorcery on people.
Oh, don't worry. Well, you're gonna have your threats come up.
Oh yeah.
This is a CoffeeCat game. You do realize.
Oh yes, I do realize.
Oh.
Maybe
Oh, it's just
Alright.
it's gonna be interesting, and I hope everyone in the audience has enjoyed the exploits of the iconoclast so far.
Mhm.
So let's do a little.
Episode
This is
2.
episode 2. Let's do a round of shout outs from the Gathering of Nerds. Why don't you give us a shout out?
Yes. I am Lethality Complex, and Mox, if
And
you
I am
want
Moxie Pox. And you guys can find us over on Gathering of Nerds. We have our own Vampire the Masquerade game every Tuesday Australian time, and
Monday night American time.
run by Lethality Complex. I actually play Nova in that game.
Yes. Derek also plays in that game, playing Wendigo, and so does Spectre, playing the ever lovable cat gremlin Jojo.
Ah,
And
yes. Jojo Laverne.
Coffee also used to play in that game, playing the ever indubitable Professor Clayton Wellsworth, who,
AKA Ventru Dad.
yes, aka
I miss
Venture
Team Dad. I miss Team Dad so much.
Team Dad misses you all too.
Only because we're Team Mom. In his We're like Team Big Sister.
not that you're getting together anymore.
Speaker.
Hmm?
Shout out
Yes.
yourself.
Hi, my name is Spectre Deflector on Twitch, Twitter, and on what was the third one?
Instagram?
Anyways, not Instagram anymore.
Nope.
Anyways, doesn't matter. Discord, there we go. I usually stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. On Mondays, you can find me on Brisbane by Night, as everyone was saying. Wednesdays, you can find me here. And Fridays, I have my own little show called Ghosting Images, where I do draw the art and I do commissions. Commissions are paid by the hourly, so feel free to stop by, lurk, hang out. I also do Ask Me Anythings. Talk to me. Become a friend.
I'm
Spectre's also
planning on
doing.
launching money.
Yeah, Spectre's also doing the art for the character tokens, the player character tokens for the iconoclasts. So you guys can watch
Yes.
some San Antonio by Night art sometimes when they're in the mood. And Derek.
Well. So, to introduce, I go by Macabre Derek, and there's that triple bam coming straight from our favorite mod, Black Wolf.
Ah, yes, we love Black Wolf.
I am a storyteller for Detroit by Night Overhaul, which you can catch every single Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. As well as we run a Vampire the Masquerade workshop, typically at around 11 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on that same Sunday, so you can get a double helping of Vampire the Masquerade. As well as I end up doing Drawing on the Macabre every Thursday at 11 p.m. Central Standard Time, where I also end up doing commissions of the more dark and horrific point. If you enjoy the grim, the grisly, want to jump on the boobs and blood bandwagon that might be overloaded with a few weebs, feel free to end up jumping in and get your daily dose of blood and guts, because we're all about that here. After all, I play the Zamitsi. And if you haven't already, please, for the love of God, do follow this wonderful man CoffeeCat Presents, because the man is working too damn hard to not having your follow. You need to end up tossing it on there right now. I know you're saying, is he really talking to me? Yes, I'm talking to you. Because you want to end up following along for more stories of tragedy and visceral horror. And we look forward to giving you them every single Monday
Yes.
on Brisbane by Night. And Wednesdays, of course, here for San Antonio.
Ah, yes.
Take it away.
And don't forget to join the Discord. Black Wolf has posted the link in the chat, so be sure to join the Discord if you haven't already. We are definitely very fun. You get notifications for just about everything CoffeeCat. And of course, I have a website, coffeecatpresents.com. If you can't remember any of my socials, then coffeecatpresents.com is where you'll find everything from me. So that includes other projects that I've worked on, as well as some examples of my own artwork because I do commissions as well. I just don't stream art very often anymore. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming along and playing. Thank you for everybody in the audience for watching. And until next time, say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
That's all, folks.